Hey, what's going on, guys? Wanted to jump out and share something that I just kind of picked up on today. I mean, we've all seen this before, but I thought this was a pretty good example. What you're looking at right here on my screen is a product that we have sold over 75 times or so, right? 70, 80 times. And we have another order, another relatively large order. It's an online arbitrage lead for Amazon FBA. And we have a relatively large order that just arrived, and it's going to be processed and shipped into Amazon for us. What I've been doing today is just going through looking for replens, right? And I thought, well, what's like the lowest hanging fruit? I've been really just kind of picking apart, my entire operation, going, what's the fastest way, trying to find the fastest way to find more things to buy, more inventory to buy. And I thought, well, obviously it's the stuff that I'm selling, right? If I'm selling something, it's probably for a profit and I can probably buy more of some of those items. And so I literally just went into Seller Central. I've been doing this now for like the last 24 hours, right? Between two different working days, going through my FBA orders, order by order, grabbing the ASIN, running it through CheddarSoft, where I have all of my leads saved and banked for me, and I could sort through them very easily. Run the search on the ASIN inside of CheddarSoft, open it up, open up the source or sources and the Amazon listing, and just do a quick deep dive. Spend maybe, depending on the lead, 30 seconds to maybe several minutes, determining one, do I want to buy this again? Is it selling profitably now? What's the current, situation on the lead, on the Amazon listing? And can I buy more, right? And do I want to buy more? And how many more, right? And then maybe even going into Inventory Lab and looking at like, how many do I have in stock? Looking at my orders inside of CheddarSoft. Do I have any, open orders on this that haven't already been received and shipped into Amazon? Obviously, if I've just recently placed a large order, maybe I don't want to place another one right behind that. CheddarSoft makes that super easy. Point being, I'm finding things that I can go and buy more of. They're selling in my store now. The current situation on Amazon looks pretty good. And so I go ahead and just place more orders. Some items you can't, some items you can. In this particular case, we've sold, like I said, 70 to 80 units. We have a large order, and I'm going to go ahead and order even another large order right behind the one that hasn't even been checked in yet. And the reason why is because I looked over the last 40 days, just the last 40 days, and I'm like, wow, on this listing, and you're looking at it right now here on Keepa, I have sold over 20 units, like 22 units in 40 days, more than a unit every 2 days. I should buy more of these. I should probably have 50 of these in stock, right? Like a 2-month supply. Who knows, maybe if I have more stock, higher volume, better distribution across Amazon's network of warehouses, I might even be able to sell more than 20 plus units every 40 days. But then when I was looking at Keepa, I thought I would probably assume, based on the information that's available, I'm probably not going to get off, 18, 19 units every month like I have been. If this, imaginary square in front of me is the brick wall between me, who as a seller wants to understand on the other side of this brick wall how a listing performs, and every little data point that Keepa provides gives me the ability to punch a hole through that wall. So the rank history, punch a hole. Low FBA price, punch a hole through the wall. With all these data points that Keepa provides, I can't necessarily knock the entire wall down that's between me and everything I want to know about a listing. But then what's another way that we can understand the performance of a listing or what that listing is going to do for us? Well, that's to buy it, test it, and then measure the results afterward. Keepa helps you poke holes to make a decision on whether you should test it. But once you actually put your hands on that inventory, in a sense, like you've sold it, you can actually go back and look at the performance between sales. That is a big, hole in that wall. A type of perspective that if someone doesn't test it isn't going to get. What I'm realizing is if I really want to have my finger on the pulse of my inventory, if I really want to understand how my store is performing, why it's performing well, in what areas it's not performing well, one of the ways to do that is just to simply go through the stuff I'm selling and analyze it. When I look at this listing, what I find is it just doesn't show me, if I go, let's go look at the last 30 days, that wouldn't tell me that I'm probably going to get 20 sales, especially with, anywhere between 5 and 15 competitors, let's say. BSR is a picture of sales velocity. It gives us some perspective. We can't go in here and count every one of these BSR drops and assume that's a sale. BSR, bestsellers rank. If I'm looking at this, I might say that there's 20 sales a month, but I know that I'm at least getting close to 20 sales a month. And there's other competitive offers on this listing as well. The data and the offers page. And we can just see what Keepa is measuring in terms of the sales velocity. So I'm going to get rid of the used and collectible. I'm going to go ahead and include historical offers, Keepa is estimating down here at the bottom 28 sales in the last 30 days. But I kind of suspect that it could be far more than that. It could be closer to 50 or 60 sales in the last 30 days, just based on my own results as a seller. This seller right here, Keepa's estimating 17 units in the last 30 days. Well, I can tell you right now, that's me, right? And that's a pretty accurate estimation. And you can see here that, this is one of my replenishments back in early mid-April, and all the way down to 2 units, another replenishment throughout the early part of June. And then obviously supply going down once more, and I'm currently out of stock on this item. Inventory is at the prep center getting shipped into Amazon as I record this. And I'm about to go place a whole nother order. But what I like to see when I'm looking at stock history and trying to determine the velocity of sales is I like to see this downward trend, right? This stair-stepping trend. You can see it here on this store, here on this one, again on this one, again on this one. So yeah, that's basically it. I just wanted to share that with you, give you a little bit of perspective on how to read Keepa, and to remind you that to really understand the velocity of how inventory is going to sell through on a listing, Keepa does give you a picture, but the real true measure is how does it perform specifically just for you? Because without testing this listing, I wouldn't feel comfortable going and buying 40 or 50 units at a time because I've tested it. Get your finger on the pulse of your store and go pay attention to the items that you are currently selling. That's probably the lowest hanging fruit in terms of things that you could replenish and fill your store with. So go and do that. Go and research those items. And then lastly, make sure you have CheddarSoft. It's very, very helpful to have all of your leads and all of your order records in one central hub that is designed specifically for online arbitrage sellers. So if you don't have a CheddarSoft subscription, you can go to software.ohheader.com or go to ohheader.com and click the button on there that says software, and you can go and try it out for free for 30 days. It doesn't get much better than that. If you want leads like this, go subscribe, right? If you're looking for more leads and more things to buy, go and subscribe to OHHeader. The first time we delivered this lead was like well over a year. And it's consistently been good. And so we've actually delivered it on multiple occasions. But one thing I will tell you about OHHeader, there is no lead crossover unless we make a mistake. Otherwise, 99.9% of the time, any ASIN that we deliver to a group or a list of subscribers, it'll only ever be redelivered if it is back to that list of subscribers, whether it's a new promotion or a new source, it doesn't matter. If an ASIN is delivered, for example, to Gouda 1, right, or to OHHeader 9, it'll only go back to that list again in the future if it ever is delivered again. That's something that we do differently than other providers that basically deliver the same leads to multiple groups of subscribers and just sort of saturate the listing. The other thing that we do and that sets us apart, we'll only ever redeliver the same ASIN or the same lead, even if we find a new source, even if it goes on sale again, no more than every 60 days, right? And the reason we do that is just to make sure that we're throttling the exposure of a lead. Even though it's only going to the same group of subscribers, we throttle the redelivery. So where another provider may deliver a lead and then 3 weeks later deliver it to another set of subscribers, we will never do that. Where another provider will deliver a lead and then maybe 3 or 4 or 5 weeks later deliver it to their same set of subscribers, we don't do that either. We space it out and we keep it exclusive. So within the OHHeader ecosystem, leads are exclusive per list. ASINs are exclusive per list. Period. Hopefully you learned something from this video. Thank you. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please like and subscribe. Appreciate you and have a great day. Happy selling.